Good evening and welcome. Again, it's Friday evening. Looking forward to the weekend. But here we are. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. My name is Mac. I'm located in Hamilton on the West Mountain. And we're going to be monitoring the Friday evening ZOE Ragchew. This is a informal communication that takes place amongst ham radio operators. And we're allowed to use the VA3 ZOE repeater here in Hamilton, Ontario. It operates on a frequency of 443.075. And our net controller tonight should be Larry, VE3LBI. We're just waiting for the clock to flip over to 8 p.m., and there we are.
Good evening, all, and welcome to the Friday night ZOE Ragchew on 443.075. It's plus offset and no tone is required. My call sign is Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. My first name is Larry. I'm located on the East Hamilton Belt. It's an open net. To join the conversation, please give us your call sign and your name. Tell us about yourself, your equipment, or ask any questions you'd like to add to the conversation. And before we start, I'd like to thank Terry, VE3IQL, for the use of that repeater. Please remember, using a repeater has very good coverage in Ontario, so no religion, politics, or foul language. And last but not least, please let the repeater drop in between our conversations so others can get in. Can I get check-ins for Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Please come forward.
VA3IMW. We got to break the ice.
Are you streaming it, Mac? I forgot to check.
I am indeed. Yes, streaming on YouTube. Just look up my call sign, VA3IMW, and scroll down until you see that big red sticker that says live, and there we are. I see Albert is active in the chat, so hopefully you made it home tonight, and maybe we're going to hear from him via RF. But I'll turn it back to you for the time being there, Larry.
Yep, okay, thanks, Mac. All right, anybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please.
VA3MCA.
VA3VT. VE3IUK. VA3CP. Any other check-ins for Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in. Okay, folks, just give me 1 second, please. Okay, sorry about that. Well, welcome to fall. What a difference in temperature. Just a quick little note there. I noticed that if nobody else hasn't, or have or has not, the ham alert, they finally come out at the bottom of it for all the entries you got there. One of the things you can do now is you can actually delete all your entries in ham alert instead of trying to have to do each one of them. Very convenient. All right, well, let's start at the top here. Mac, VA3IMW, come on in, please.
Well, thanks, Larry. Appreciate you doing this one. TGIF, after all, looking forward to the weekend ever since Tuesday morning. A very busy week, as I expected it would be, trying to cram 5 days worth of activity into 4 days. That's what having a long weekend is all about. Anyways, yeah, I understand the weather is supposed to get a little better tomorrow. And next week, more seasonable temperatures. So looking forward to that as well. Grass is growing like a weed, and I think for the most part it is weeds. But I'll look for an opportunity to get the mower started and get the front and side yards at least cut over the weekend, along with the bits and pieces of other stuff that I need to get done around the house. I see Guy has joined us on the web as well. So hello to Ottawa. And what else is going on? I'm sure somebody at some point in time will ask me about any further plans on our group activation June 21st. So we'll save that for somewhere down the line. I'm all good for the now. I'm here for the duration. Thanks again, Larry.
Yep, thanks very much, Mac. Yeah, we'll say hello to Guy there, too. I did say hello to him on YouTube. I finally got signed into it, so. Okay, bring in next, Wade, VA3NCA. Come on in, Wade. How's your week been?
V3LBI, VA3NCA. Good evening, Larry. Good evening, everybody on net. Yeah, nice to reach the end of the week, and maybe we'll get a few spots of sunshine too. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, the lawn has really taken off, so I guess once it dries up just a touch, I'll have to be back out there for another cut. But that's not too bad. I have a bunch of podcasts that I listen to while I cut the grass, so earbuds work as ear protection and as entertainment. So anyhow, and one of the podcasts is the Ham Radio Workbench. I'm not sure if anybody else listens to it, but they even make a joke about how long they run, and so it's for cutting lawns. So it'll ring true when we're out there. So there's that stuff going on. Other than that, I have to figure out. I guess I'm going to be eating Tylenol for a while because I had a piece of dental work break. One of my teeth cracked, and then of course because I'm dumb this way, I didn't get it fixed. It didn't hurt initially. This happened months ago. It didn't hurt initially, but it has started to hurt, which was inevitable if you didn't get it taken care of. And me being me, I didn't get it taken care of. So anyhow, I had an appointment on Saturday, and they called. They had to move it, so now it's to Monday. So I guess I'll figure out a way to keep ice on it or something until Monday. But in any case, that's just how it goes. So that's it for this round for me. I'll send it back to you there, Larry, VA3NCA.
Scotch.
Come on over here, Wade. I'll look after it for you. I got a pair of adjustable pliers.
Yeah, it might come to that. The trick with the string and the slam in the door, something like that.
I remember one of the guys from Barrie had a bad tooth. He had called the dentist, and the dentist said, well, I can't get you in for such a thing. He says, well, you better get me in soon. He says, because if you don't, it's going to be more of a mess when I try to pull it out myself than when you do it. I think he got the appointment the next day. They could get the tooth removed.
Yeah, dental pain is a different type of pain, that's for sure. So I found that this the biggest issue is actually with warm things, not cold things. Cold things are actually kind of soothing to it, but what it does mean is that my coffee habit has suffered a little bit. But anyways, I guess there's only a few days to put up with it, and it could be worse.
That's one thing I've never, ever been a fan of is dentists. I've been a doctor, had many needles and all the rest of it. When I get in the dentist chair, boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, something just obviously clicks and it just turns me right off.
Yeah, I was particularly bad though as well because my last dentist, they got out of the business, they retired or moved on or closed their shop. I don't remember what it was, but it was when I was in Brantford. And I didn't replace them, and then I moved and I didn't find a new one. So the first step this week was finding a new one. So I am really bad when it comes to doctors and dentists and stuff like that. I tend to let it go too long, and then when there's an actual issue, then I go and try and retroactively try and fix my issues. I guess understanding that you've got a problem is the first step, I guess is what they tell you. But I don't know what to say. I haven't seen the doctor in a while either. Perhaps I should fix that.
Well, I know I had both my top two front teeth broken. I managed to straighten them out, and they put something in there to. This is years ago. I got hit in the mouth with a hockey stick. We were playing hockey. Whatever happened, I can't remember, but they actually got pushed back into my mouth. I was able to straighten them out as best I could, and then they put some type of whatever faster, but I'll just keep on going as much as I can.
Yeah, that's about the same. I don't care for them. They're necessary evil sometimes, though. Doctors included in that as well. So, anyways, yeah, I don't know. Right now it's doing pretty good because I'm drinking a glass of water here at Keith's soup. But we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't progress any further because I can handle what I got right now. But if it gets worse, then I might have to, I don't know, call them up, see if they can get me in earlier. But anyways, that said. Yeah, nothing else really of note going on here, so I'll send it back to you, and I know there was a line foreman behind me, so thanks for picking me up there, Larry. VA3IMW back in control.
Yep, okay, Wade, thanks very much, and I also like Mac's idea, too. All right, just want to give a shout out again, or shout out to Al here. Anybody else want to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please. VA3LBI.
VA3XLG.
Okay, Vanya, got you on the list. You're home, are you? You're not mobile?
No, I'm sitting here in a basement, so I'm all good.
All right, very good. Bring it L, VA3BT, VE3LBI. So how is good old Barry?
Hey, good evening, Larry, and everybody on frequency. Well, it's my second week up there. The first week I drove back and forth. This week I stayed. It's Barry. I'm guessing that once the weather starts to get better, it'll get a lot nicer up there, of course. And I'm not too far from the lake there, so who knows? Maybe take the fishing pole up there and do some fishing. I don't know yet. We'll see. See how that goes. But it's all right. Yeah, other than that, it's going to be a busy year up there, so maybe a little more. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, we'll hand it back over to you there, Larry, VA3BT.
Did you have any more not laborers, but companies trying to get your business while you're up there?
The which, sorry?
Oh, some of the rental areas, have they been trying to get some more of your business, or are you just sticking with the one? I know you were talking to Chuck about it. There was some of the guys kind of jumped on you as soon as you pulled in.
Oh, rental companies, yeah, they're all over you up there. I kind of stick to, there's one or two that I usually stick with, usually Stevenson's Rental and United, or, but Sunbelt, all those guys, oh man, they're really aggressive. Like that guy's there every other day, brings me coffee, brings me donuts. I'm like, hey, you just keep bringing me that stuff. It doesn't mean you're getting business.
Oh, they're trying now. I mean, well, you got to give them credit, right?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But he's really pushy though. Like he keeps coming by because they want to get a list of trades that I'm using there. But I don't have a list of trades yet. But as soon as I get them, he wants me to throw them his way so that he can start harassing them.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen for sure. So, and I just see VA3NFL. Al just checked in there on YouTube, so we'll say hello to him. I don't know if he's going to do an HF check-in or whatever, but we will say hello to him. So, what do you figure you'll start actually doing any building up there?
Right now we're trying to get the building pad in place. We're pretty much there. And then we're doing what they call dynamic compaction. It's basically a big old crane that picks up this big weight and drops it into the ground. And they do this every, 10 feet apart. And the whole building footprint gets this. They've got 8 weeks in their schedule to do this. And I mean, the whole ground shakes, my whole trailer shakes. I'm surprised the neighbors haven't come over and yelled at us yet, but the whole reasoning behind that is that whole area is swamp. It's swamp and peat, and it's not, because we're doing a 3-meter engineered fill plus a foot of stone on top. But the whole reasoning for that is to compact what's below it, the subgrade. If you build on it right now, the building will drop, and it'll drop more than what they anticipated. So they have to go through this whole process.
Well, I know you said they were building on swamp. Do they have to worry about that? It's going to sink a bit, do you think? Or are you actually that way that it will actually sink a bit.
With doing this compaction, this dynamic compaction they call it, plus the design of the footings that we're putting in, it's meant to be like it's all designed for that, for the swamp area. All the buildings around there are pretty much designed for it. It will drop, but not as much. Like there is a little bit of drop, but it's the whole design behind it all. It works.
Yeah, I can understand about the crane dropping that. I know when they were down at the old steel company down there, they'd have slag. And of course, when they pour it off, it would become hardened. And they use a mag crane, and they pick it up and drop it. And some of the pieces was basically to smash it up. Because some of the companies would come in, and what they do is it actually would take that slag, they remelt it and take out some of the good part or good stuff that's left in it, some of the alloys that are left in it, and some of the stuff they drop, and then the whole building would shake. Anybody that had a china cabinet down that way, I'm telling you, the glasses must have just rattled in when they dropped some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, right now this crane is at the other end of the property. Remember, this is a 20-acre piece of property, so this building's 400,000 square feet. It's huge. And he's at the other end, but once he comes closer to where I am, I mean, that whole trailer's probably just going to shake all day.
I can imagine, yeah. Oh, I'll keep you awake.
Oh, it will.
I just read what weight base they're put in there, too. Well, you know, the thing about it is, we talk about swamp. Actually, downtown Hamilton, what was the, was it the Wright House? Woolworths? Was it Woolworths down there? Maybe it was the Wright House, too. Every year that sunk down a bit because all that area down there at one point was all swamp downtown Hamilton.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Like I was saying, the area I'm in right now, part of Barrie, it's all swampland, peat and swamp. Like it's bad. If you look it up on the map there, you can see it.
Interesting, Al. All right, very good. Anything else before I pass her down to Bill?
No, we'll let you move along with the net there. I'll be listening along there. VA3BC.
All right, thanks very much, Al. All right, Bill, VA3UK, VA3LBI. The weather, and I don't think the conditions have been great for doing any activations. So I don't think you, or have you thought about going out?
Well, with a combination of the weather and band conditions, I haven't bothered. So if things, the tide turns this week, I'm going to think about trying to get out. So there's just no sense when you don't drive. If you get out there and it's going to start raining, it's going to be a bit of a bummer. So I'm just trying to wait for the conditions to be a little bit more stable, Larry.
Yeah.
And that's nothing but pure and simple.
Well, you know, Bill, one thing about it, you might as well be out there enjoying yourself, not going out there to make it an effort, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is, and soon enough we'll be able to get out there. In the meantime, I did purchase one of these Ragchew RT 880s. I got it yesterday. I put it on the charger. I've been busy today, so I haven't had the chance to look at it. Maybe tomorrow. But I'm going to watch a few videos before I go to bed tonight. There's quite a few videos on YouTube that I can watch before I actually do anything with the radio. So I think we'll do that. So kind of excited to mess around with that. One thing about that radio is with my limited vision, the display on it, it's nice and large. So that's going to be a bit of a help. So other than that, not too much going on here. Excuse me, looking forward to the 21st, and I'm sure Mac's going to talk about that a little bit later. So back to you, Larry.
Okay, very good. Bill, is this a handheld you've got? Is this radio a handheld?
Right up on hometown at a cost of... Yeah, it's a handheld, Larry.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't know exactly. I hadn't really looked it up. So, and does it just like I'm not familiar with the radio. Does it just do 2 and 70, or does it do 8Jeff, or what other bands does it do?
Okay, well, it does a CB band, and apparently there's what is it? 2 transmit ranges on it. I think 8 another one from just below the 2 meter band up to just about 440. It also receives the airband, AM, FM, and so I guess you could transmit from 17 meters up to 10 meters. And also sort of it has shortwave coverage as well. So it's quite a little bit little radio, and I see Wade's looking for the link, so I'm going to send that to him.
Is this through AliExpress?
Yeah, you got it through AliExpress. That's where I got mine through. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. I really haven't paid too much attention to it, Bill. So, anything else before I pick up Dave next?
No, if there's anything else, I'll think about it on the second round.
Sounds good. Before I do pick up Dave, anybody else want to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign, Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. Come on in.
Victor Alpha 3, Papa Golf, Sierra.
All right. Are you mobile?
Thinking if I'm on my handy. Name is Lewis in Oakville, Ontario.
Okay, I missed some of that. You were a little bit scratchy. You're on a handheld, and your whereabouts are you?
Oakville, Ontario.
Okay, I want to make sure I got the call right. It's Victor Echo 3 Papa Golf. Was it Sierra or Charlie?
Victor Alpha 3, Papa Golf. Victor Alpha 3, Papa Golf, Sierra.
Okay, a little scratching coming in, but we'll see if we can pick you up there when we get down that way. Next up, Dave, VA3CP, VE3LBI.
Very good, Larry. VA3LBI, VA3CP. Evening, everybody. I'd like to talk a little bit about worldwide flora and fauna. Last Saturday, one of the guys in the CW class lives in an apartment in Burlington. So what he does, he goes out to Cliff Park and does some radio stuff out there pretty much every weekend and sometimes during the week. So I went out to meet him. Unfortunately, he had left by the time I got there. But I decided to set up and try an activation with my 5-watt radio. I got a total of 4 contacts. The band was awful, but thanks to Mac and Larry and HPO via Mac, and also one other station in Wisconsin, I got a total of 4 contacts. But with Victor Echo Fox Fox, it doesn't matter. It's just a cumulative total, so you get an activation when you get 44. Anyway, I had a little bit of a problem trying to tell where the boundaries were for Cliff Park. So I made some inquiries, and I got some answers today, which is very good. And the answer came from Dave, VA3RJ, in Toronto. He may be listening. He can hear ZOE, so he may be listening. He cannot trip the repeater from where he lives, but I'd like to expand on it a little bit more once we get to the second round. And this will be good for Bill because Hillside Park is an FF park as well. So, Bill, I'll tell you something about your logs. Back to Larry, the ACP.
Yep, okay, great, Dave. All right, let's pass. Anything else before I pass it down to Vanya?
I'll carry on. I'll expand on stuff on the second round.
All right, very good. VA3XLJ, Vanya, VE3LBI. Come on in, sir.
VA3LBI, VA3XLJ. Good evening, Larry, or good afternoon, whatever this thing is. To you and the rest of the guys on the net. So it's a Friday, beginning of the weekend for me. I did have a small talk on my way home with the Bill. He did mention about his new radio, so I'm excited to hear more about it. When he kind of put the radio to the paces and kind of figures it out, whatever the thing is, what works well with the radio and what needs improvement. So That's gonna be a good thing to know, like in a couple of weeks. So other than that, like I was planning actually on joining you guys from the car, like to get my late sugar fix for today, but I did not, which is a good thing. Like I had a small snooze, woke up on time, and it's only first 10 minutes, but all is well. So it's a good. So far, I really don't have many plans for the activations for a weekend. I'm gonna try to cut the grass, and we're gonna see how the day goes from there. They said it's gonna be a little bit rainy, but small chances of rain. Usually, what I notice when it's like a 30% chances of rain, we do get some rain at some point, but it's not big of the rain. So that's what I'm thinking. What's gonna happen, but we'll see.
Yep, okay, very good, Vanya. I know last weekend I couldn't hear you at all. And again, I was talking to Dave a little earlier today, well, messaging back and forth. And I guess conditions are still terrible. So I had put the radio on till way later this afternoon. Mind you, I had a very busy day today, running around doing some certain things that need to be done for next week. So, okay, Vanya, anything else before I pass it down to, well, I'll see if Al's in there at VA3NFL. Anything else, Vanya?
Really not much, but other than I was going back and forth today. Anyways, I was toying with the file, but the problem is I don't know what I've done to the file, so now it's not working anymore for that performer antenna. And apparently, if you make one of those two radials just slightly longer, so it resonates at a lower frequency. So what happened is, I don't know how to explain this. I mean, it's what I've seen, but it's the file. It's not doing what it used to do. So I don't know what I've done wrong with it. It does actually pulls a little bit more signal towards the. I mean, front would be that 90 degrees where those two radials are apart. Pulls a little bit more of the signal that way. And skews it a little bit more towards that radial, which is resonating on correct frequency. So I did actually spend like 20 minutes upstairs trying to make actually the brand new file to simulate antenna in that software which I have on computer, but I didn't have any luck, so I just kind of gave up and came downstairs. So yeah, that's pretty much it on my end.
Yeah, okay, very good, Vanya, thanks. All right, let me see if Al's in there. VA3NFL, VE3LPI, you still be with us, Al, or?
Yeah, I'm listening along now, Larry. VA3NFL.
Well, let's put it this way, you don't have to be worried about sweating when you're cutting the lawn.
Yeah, I've had enough of this weather. This is nuts. But I don't know. I got a birthday party going on tomorrow for my granddaughter. I thought that would have been canceled. Her mom ended up in the hospital there yesterday. Appendix. She got me in there 4 or 5 days. She got some complications going on, but she wanted to still have that party come on. So, well, pictures and videos going to happen tomorrow.
That's not good with your appendix, especially at an older age. It takes a little bit of roughness out of you.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow's going to be fun. I'll put the earmuffs on and hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you like that little thing I sent you a messenger there about being retired?
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, I worked all day today. Damn near killed me. I didn't get home till 4:30. I wasn't happy about that, but I'm done sitting on my butt. But looking forward to it. I'll get over the pain sooner or later, but I got 5 months of getting back into shape, I guess.
Well, are you thinking about going back back to work again, or just part-time thing?
Well, I'm thinking, I'm not sure what I'm thinking. I like to be active. You know, my legs are just killing me. I've been going in day here, day there, and I
I know next week's probably going to be a full week. I'll probably be dead, so I'm not sure where I'll be here.
Yeah, I thought about doing something part-time when I got off or finished, but it didn't turn about or turn around, so I just kind of took it day by day, I guess, really. You could say I can always find something to do.
Yeah, hear you there. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. My legs, I'm getting over the thighs. I was just into my calves, so I just got to work it out. Yeah, like, go teach these young guns how the hell to do the job. They still haven't figured it out. Today's job was just a total freaking nightmare, but hey, somebody's got to do it. That's where they call me.
Well, I think the unfortunate part is, too, Al, a lot of them want to do it by the book. And sometimes you don't do things by the book. You do it the way it's supposed to be done, and the book was never right in the first place.
Yeah, geez, when I took my test back in, whatever the hell that was, we left the books at the door. You either knew what the hell you were doing or you didn't get a ticket. Now, they take the damn code book. It's all about the code book. They just rifle it for the answers, and they pass it. They can go out and blow somebody up, no problem. I don't agree with that part, but I don't know. It's just a whole different freaking world.
No, I agree with you 100% what you're saying. Like I said, I had a guy I used to work with, and he'd say, oh, I can fix it. I'd say, okay, well, you know more than I do. Away you go. Of course, half an hour later, I get a phone call.
Yeah, yeah, it's about the size of it.
All right, Al, you going to hang around for a bit? I got to drop down here to pick up the gentleman out in Oakville there.
Yeah, I'm going to be here for a bit. See where I end up. I'll let you know when I'm leaving. VA3LBI, VA3MFL.
All right, thanks very much, Al. All right, we got Victor Alpha 3, Papa Golf Sierra. Lou, you still with us, sir? We'll try one more time. Victor Alpha 3, Papa Golf Sierra. Lou, are you still there? Okay, before we do the second round, Mac, is it okay to let Dave go ahead and talk about what he was, I guess it's the WWFF portion of it?
Fire away there, lad. Go ahead.
Thank you. VA3CP, VA3LBI. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, thanks, Larry. VA3CP. All right, some time ago, guys, we had some discussion when Kevin was on here, V3 KKP, and there's been a little bit of talk about worldwide flora and fauna. Victor Echo Fox Fox. Now, things were a little bit difficult on their website, quite a lot different from POTA, but things have changed quite a bit now. There is a website, and if you're not aware of it, it's victorechofoxfox.ca. victorechofoxfox.ca. And they've just integrated some maps in there for all the parks. And if you click on the little pointer, it brings up some neat information about each park. So for Bill's benefit, when he goes and activates at Hillside Park, when he's doing the Great Trail of Canada, he can also be doing a twofer because he could be doing Victor Echo Fox Fox 4396, which is Hillside Park. So now the nice part about the new website is that you can go on the VFF.ca and you can put your upload your protolog there, and they will convert it for you and give you credit on the FF site. So it's really no extra work for you. Now I know that Polo, if you guys are using Polo, you can activate both at the same time. There's also going to be a spotting feature. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but the word is that it should be active starting around June the 1st. So that will be really neat. So as Stuart, he's devices. Any questions at all on the A3CP?
Comment?
Okay, who is that?
VA3XLJ, good evening, Dave. It's Vanya.
Yeah, go ahead, Vanya.
The thing what I've noticed, like, if it's, let's call this a double park, if it's Pota Park and WEFF Park, from my experience, I do get DX from Europe every time, and it's a double park. So they actually did on the other side of the pond. They actually do watch. I don't know how they do it, but they do somehow when someone is activating VEFF, even if I only spot myself on a Pota page. Because the last time I had a very bad condition, but I got to France, Italy, Spain, and Germany, I believe, when I was activating the park last time. So, and every time when I'm in a, let's call it a double park, actually there's at least one or two stations from Europe, which is kind of, I didn't include what was going on until fairly recently that I realized I was making the two logs when I was activating the Pota parks, for just in case if I have 44 contacts to activate worldwide flora and fauna. Back to you, Dave, VA3XLJ.
Yeah, very good, Vanya. Yeah, I noticed the same thing. The last time I was at a Pota Park, I was actually spotted on both, but I worked a couple of stations in Europe, and on signing off, they said to me 44, so obviously they are quite interested in WWFF, and it's much more common over there. WWFF got its roots back in, I believe it was around 2007 or so, long before POTA came along. The only thing is it hasn't been publicized as well as POTA has in North America. So there's lots of opportunities. There's lots of parks. If you take a look at the map, there's a lot of places where you can do dual activations like POTA and FF. So encourage you to put in your logs for both. And like I said, they're doing the spotting feature. I understand that Hamler will pull from DX spots and WWFF spots as well. So this could be an advantage for us. Anyway, all right. I don't have too much else to say, but take a look at. You do have to register on the WWFF.co site. Open an account there. If you've not already done that, there's a very good chance that you've already got some credits and maybe some awards, because you would have had logs submitted when the guy does the POTA activation. All right. Any other questions before turn it back to Larry? Yeah, go ahead, Wade.
VA3CP, VA3MC area. I just was poking around the website there, and I guess you answered my question, but maybe I'll just repeat it for clarity there. I did try and sign up because I guess I didn't read the instructions too closely, and it told me I already had an account. And what I noticed was that it bounced me over to the CO site. So I'm assuming that they're just leveraging the main website, and this is just like a portal for Canadians type of thing. Is that right?
That is correct.
Oh, very good. Very good. Okay. Yeah, I will poke around then, because I did sign up for the main one. I can't remember I guess it's WWFF.co a while back. So, okay. Good to know that they're all intertwined. Thanks for that. Back to you.
Yeah, good. One thing you will notice, if you take a look at the map on VEFF.ca, bring up the map. If you click on one of the pointers, it brings up a description of the park, somewhat like it does on POTA, but it also, in a lot of cases, it gives you the actual access location, which is nice. That's a very nice feature. That's just new as of today, I believe. So that's well worth it. And Stuart's been doing a lot of work doing that. Okay. Any other questions? Then we'll put it over to Mac.
VA3LBI.
VA3LBI, VA3CP.
Dave, would you get a second? I know on the Discord site, I think there's a page there, WWFF, a couple of those pieces in your with the links and everything, just so that people would have it, right in front of them.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know there was something for the WWFF on there. I knew there was some discussion about it, but I didn't know there was an actual page for that. All right. Very good, Larry. VA3CP.
Yep, okay. Anything else for Dave before we pass it back to Mac? The E3LBI. Go ahead, please. Okay, all is quiet. One more check. Anybody else want to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo Ranger. Come on in, please.
VA3IMW.
All right, Steve, you're up. I take it you're home. I don't know whether you had to work today or not. The VA3IMW ZOE Ragchew.
No, I'm home today. I have the day off. I got to work all weekend. That sucks. But what are you going to do? Hey, wouldn't you know I had to take the drill and a metal drill bit to my 7300 today. I was a little pissed that I had to do that.
Why? What did you do? What happened?
Cereal. Well, I figured I'd make a new hole for the coax there, Larry. No, that'd be a real dumb thing to do. Taking the cover off to install the pan adapter and one of the screws stripped. The ones at the four corners of the speaker on the top panel there. Did you believe that? I tried everything to get that off. I even had one of those screw out things there for stripped screws, and all that did is made a cone shape inside the center of it. So I started drilling from narrow to wider until the countersink part of the screw finally broke up and broke away, and then that freed the cover and it came off.
Always something. I guess sometimes, I don't know. I guess those are probably what are they, Phillips? Yeah, right. So I don't. That's one thing I like about a Robbie screwdriver. They're pretty good at torques, but I know quite often the Phillips will get stripped. But sometimes when you get like that, you got a little tap with a hammer, not hard, just to see if you can loosen them up. I wonder if somebody had put Loctite on them.
I don't know. The top panel's got 14 screws, and I don't know. The other ones, they didn't come out too easy either, but that one screw that was stripped, that was the first screw that I tried. So, upon that problem happening, I decided to put a little bit more pressure on the other screws. And they were difficult to budge, let me tell you. And they were all in the same fashion, like, the Robertson Star. Like they weren't all different. Like they were with the same screw gun, the same amount of turns, and it tightened at the same spot. But the other ones, they came out without stripping. Just that one screw there stripped. So when the cover came off, the rest of the screw was still in the hole there, in the threaded, the internal threaded portion of the post that's there. Not a big deal, just enough to tick me off, I guess. And the radio hasn't been on for 10 months-ish, so I thought I'd, blast a little air in there and clean out anything that was in there, which there wasn't much of anything in there, but blowing metal shards out of it instead of dust. But we got it all out anyway.
Very good, Steve. Did you get your pan adapter installed then?
No, I didn't. I spent more time than I wanted to spend taking the cover off. Took me at least 3 cigarettes to get that cover off. A little bit of stress there. And then I had had to go out. I remembered it was Friday today, and I promised a family member that I would help him out with something. So I went out. I went out around 3 o'clock, did what I did, and then came home, and then ordered a pizza, and then just flopped on the couch since then. But no, I've got the bottom half to take off, the bottom cover. But I think I'm just gonna go next time I do this. I think I'm just gonna install the fan adapter. So, yep, we're getting close. Just in case Chuck's listening.
I'm sure Mac has probably a couple of comments too. That's good. All right. I know I have a power supply here. It's an Icon power supply, and periodically, it's the unit. The fan is pressurized. It doesn't actually draw it out. It actually pushes air into it. It's a pressurized unit. And to get in to clean that thing, I don't even want to count how many screws I have to take out. It's like you think you're done, and there's still like 4 more to go.
Yeah, hey, can you take the fan assembly out and flip it around?
No, it's made to be pressurized. It's not supposed to actually draw air through it. It's actually, the unit's made to be pressurized, so the fan actually blows into the unit.
Yeah. Is there anywhere for the air to escape?
Oh yeah. But it doesn't draw through it. Like I say, it's actually a pressurized unit, so kind of a different setup. But I can't remember the model of it. I think it's an SP20. I think that's what they classify power supply. I think that's what it is. I don't remember offhand, but it's a good unit. There's lots of wattage out of it and amps and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, it's just like I say, you never know. Never-ending screws.
Yeah, that's odd, you know. That's just gonna draw dirt into it, or fluff, or whatever. Is there a screen on it?
Yeah, there's some type of screening on it. It doesn't matter. Even if it's going to draw, come through it, you're still going to draw the dust into it. So I guess the idea of the pressurization is it draws at the back of it with the screening and kind of stops anything from going into the actual unit itself.
Oh yeah, Roger. Yep. Okay, all right. Well, anyhow, just thought I would add a bean for the pot this evening since I'm home, and tell you all what happened today. So, so anyone taking the cover off for the first time, make sure you get the right fitting screwdriver.
There you go. All right, thanks, Steve. Thanks for joining in too. Okay, let's turn it back over to Mac for a bit there. Actually, before I do, Mac, anybody else want to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please. VA3IMW.
VA3IMW.
Oh, there's Bill in there. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I just posted the link in the chat for that radio, and I can post it up in Discord also, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah, throw it in Discord under random or whatever's in there. So, yeah, and everybody can have a look at it. Appreciate it. And by the way, Chuck did actually come in through YouTube. He said he's got stuff to do tonight, so he wouldn't be able to join. All right, let's throw it back up to Mac. VA3IMW, VE3LBI. Go ahead, Mac.
Thanks, Larry. VE3LBI, VA3IMW. So June 21st comes around every year at the same time, and we're going to be there to greet the day. So far, the consensus has been, give me a place with a hot dog stand nearby, and we'll all be there. So it kind of looks like RBG is going to be the place to go, unless we have any other suggestions. I know we talked about up on number 5, but concerns of people not wanting to spend money to get into the park. So there is that. But yeah, the the increasing draw of having a 12-inch hot dog stand right across the road. So I'm not going to say that we're 100% decided, but I'm going to say that's the leader at this point in time. So we could go to a conservation area if people who are going to be attending are all in agreement. In which case we could make arrangements for kind of a community barbecue while we're doing the activation. But if some of the folks are going to opt out because they don't want to pay to get into a conservation area, then I guess it makes more sense to use a more open space. So time to be announced. It's another detail that we'll have to work out. Given that it's going to be sunshiny and beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, and oh, by the way, the solar flux index is going to be somewhere up around 180, so it's going to be a dynamite day for making contacts, and I've planned that all with all kinds of faith and hope and prayers. Anyways, band conditions. Come on, guys. Look at that increase. Solar flux index is up to 122 today. That's a steady increase from 4 days ago where it was down at 117. So we should all be cheering and making arrangements for our next activation. Anyways, that's where we're at, Larry. I'm not sure if you want to send it around to the group. Do you have any Ragchew about location or any other arrangements for that? But that's where we're at.
I've got a question for you. You know, down there, could you actually have a barbecue at the Royal Botanical Gardens, or do you know?
I think they might frown on you tailgating in their parking lot. I know that when we were down there last, there was a Miata club that pulled in, and this was 4 elderly ladies pulling in 3 Mazda Miatas, and they get together frequently, and their main focus was not RBG, it was parking in RBG and walking across the street to get their foot-long hot dogs. And they pulled their lawn chairs out of the trunks of their cars and sat and chit-chatted with us while we were doing our N1CC thing going on there. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't know, because I know that Noel had mentioned that he had a barbecue. Unfortunately, he's not in here tonight, but it suggested that if he wanted to, he could bring that. I don't know the answer to that. Do they actually have designated areas there for barbecuing and stuff, like a pavilion and stuff?
I don't know the answer to that, not at all. I haven't looked into any other ancillary visitor paraphernalia. I got to tell you that I've never really toured RBG Gardens as such. So the couple of times that I've been down there, it's been purely selfish radio engagement.
Excuse me. I was going to ask you, Dave, if you knew anything about it. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, there's no barbecue locations at their parking lot. The parking lot is for visitors to RBG. Basically, free parking for those that are paying admission to the gardens. So, I would say that if the group is going to do an activation from there, probably be as incognito as possible.
I know you and I have been there at least once, if not twice, down at the what would be at the far east end of it.
Yeah, that's correct. We were down very end of the parking lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they'd probably be. I don't think they'd be upset with that. I don't know. You never know nowadays who's going to show up, and say something and whatever. So, I mean, there is other opportunities and choices if you had to move, unfortunately. But if you got the 10 contacts in, then you'd be all set. But hopefully nobody would be upset about it and be able to continue.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't think it would be wise to do anything that may draw attention to what you're doing, other than the fact that you got a radio there. But if you put it down the far end of the parking lot, it's probably okay. But don't forget, they do have conferences and stuff there, so the parking lot could be very, very full at that time. You just never know.
Yeah, I don't know. Mac, that's on a long weekend, isn't it? 21st.
No, it's not. It's just a weekend where people wear long robes and light candles and all that. That maybe they do that in England and Ireland, but no long weekend for the summer solstice. Just a quick note: there was one day that I activated RBG, so I was in the parking lot and working away, and there was a couple of RBG employees that came out, and they said, not really sure what you're doing. And I explained what I was up to, and they said, oh, okay, well, the parking lot's going to get really busy because we have such and such an event that's going to happen. It starts at X time on the clock. They were very kind. They were very obliging. They just had an interest about how long I was going to be there, and they didn't want to have kind of a dangerous situation for perhaps kids running around and wires on the ground and stuff like that. And I assured them I would be finished up by whatever it was, 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it all went out really well. The people down there are very cordial. If they have questions, they'll come over and approach you, and there's no vindictive park rangers that you guys tend to attract. they're all nice people, and so far that's the way it's gone.
Well, I don't know whether they post anything anywhere to see if they have anything special going on that 21st. It might be advantageous to have a look if there is anything out there for the RBG. Maybe they have something, a website to see if there's anything happening.
Contact.
The contact in here, go ahead. VA3IMW, I need to call, please.
No problem, Larry. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Fox, Vern here at Walking. Been listening along for a little while. I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure that the RBG website has a calendar, so you could check what events, if any, are happening. I was also going to mention that right by the RBG is Hidden Valley Park, and I've been there a bunch of times with church groups and other groups. They've got a little pavilion. You can barbecue there. There's a fair amount of parking, and it might, again, from a POTA perspective, I don't know if it counts as a park that can be activated. But I mean, even if you activate RBG and need to move, you could head over to Hidden Valley Park.
There you go, Mac. There's another possibility too that it becomes an issue, but I didn't realize that. Thanks, Bert, because maybe what somebody should do, or maybe whoever, don't point your fingers, Mac, should check the website there and see if there is a calendar open for RBG.
I'll take a poke around there when I'm on computer time, which is not Friday night. Anyways, thanks, Vern, for throwing your comments in there. And I trust the weather outside is not frightful, because right now the fire is quite delightful. Anyways, that's all it for me, Larry. We'll throw it out to the group if they have any other feedback or input. Um, and thanks for the opportunity to discuss it.
Yep, okay, thanks, Max. All right, any other comments towards that? Please go ahead, VE3LBI.
VA3CP.
Go ahead, VA3CP.
Hidden Valley Park is not a POTUS location. It is a VEFF location, though.
Okay, well, there we go. That's one thing down. Any other comments? Please go ahead. Okay, folks, 9 o'clock. Any other comments or anything you want to talk about before we do a 7-3 round? Come on in with your call sign, VE3LBI.
Hey, Larry, Vern here again, VA3CRF. I guess what I was thinking is if folks did activate RBG and then they could just kind of drop over to Hidden Valley for the barbecue. I don't know if, and I think Dave's already answered the question, it's not on POTA, but it's another location you could go to after the activation for the barbecue if you can't do it at RBG. Anyway, sorry about that.
V3IUK.
Yep, I got Bill in there. No problem, Vernon. No, that's fine. No, all the comments, if we don't talk about it, we could run into an issue, and this way we put it together and we find, and we get all that worked out before we actually get together. So thanks very much, Vernon. Okay, Bill, VE3UK, go ahead, VE3LBI.
Yeah, just checking the calendar for RBG. I'm not seeing anything for the 21st.
Okay, appreciate it, Bill. And that's keep it open there. I know we're not close enough yet. You never know what's going to happen, within a couple of weeks or a couple other weeks before. So, I mean, there is other locations if that's necessary. All right, any other comments or anything before we do a 7-3 round?
One last comment for protocol, and it's Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey.
Yep, go ahead, Mac.
Yeah, so from all of this investigation and stuff that we've done, I think internally within the Hamilton POTA operators group, we've come to learn that best practice for a ham operator is to ident on the frequency that they're active on every 30 minutes. So that would mean that each individual operator who participates with the activation needs to be on the mic within a half an hour range. So if we have an operator that's taken the lead, then at least every half an hour, we have to identify all operators. And that kind of goes with the legal side of it. And I think we can, obviously make some further improvements just to make sure that there's no concerns about how we're operating. Back to you, Larry.
Yep, no, good point. Okay, all right, let's do it. Mac, we're doing a 7-3. VA3MW, VE3LBI, 7-3 round.
Oh, that gives me another 3 minutes. Never mind. Thanks for doing it, Larry. I'm here just topping up my hot chocolate and glad that the weekend's here. 7-3's one and all.
Okay, Wade, VA3NCA, VE3LBI, doing a 7-3 round, Wade.
V3LBI, VA3NCA. Yeah, thanks again, Larry, for doing it. A nice way to spend a Friday. One thing I actually probably had on my list to say earlier, I'll post it on the Discord as well, but I picked up a new fishing pole, like a fiberglass collapsible fishing pole from AliExpress. I was looking for one that collapses nice and small to fit in a carry-on without sticking out for when I head over to Saskatchewan next month. And I found this one. It's only 16.5 inches long, collapsed, and it extends out to 20 foot. So I figured that was a pretty decent deal. About $25, I think, if I remember correctly. Problem is, it arrived today. I haven't pulled it out to verify its fully extended length, but the end caps are busted on it, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I could make it work, but I really like it not to be broken. Anyways, long story medium. I will post a link in the Discord if anybody's looking for a nice collapsible fiberglass, relatively inexpensive AliExpress fishing pole. This one looks like it might That's my long-winded 7-3. Thanks for doing it there, Larry, and I'll say goodnight to you and everybody on that VA3NCA back next roll.
Well, Wade, I'm going to tell you something. You made my father turn over in his grave. We don't call them fishing poles up here in Canada. We call them fishing rods. Because we ain't going to take no pole going down the crawdad.
Yeah, I guess, what do they call them, crappy poles, maybe? I don't know. Maybe that's a description more than a name. But, yeah, you're right. Not a pole, but a rod, I suppose. But it has none of the gears on it, or not gears, but the spool or any of the other gear associated with it being a pole, I guess.
Yeah, somebody say that when we up camp. We say, poles are made to hold up tents. We don't fish with poles or tents. We fish with fishing rods. Anyway, just kidding you. Wade, if you need that tooth pulled out, let us know. I'm sure it's enough to hold us down and we can get a pair of pliers. All right, Al, VA3BT, VE3LBI, come on in now. We're doing a 7-3.
Yeah, still here listening along. Good night there, Larry. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for being there. 7-3, y'all. VA3VT.
Thanks, Al. Bill, VE3UK, VE3LBI, 7-3.
Yeah, just a couple quick comments. If you're going to pull Wade's tooth, you better make sure that you give him something before that comes in a bottle. And I posted the link for the Ragchew radio under gear in the Discord site. And all this talk about doctors before, I'm just wondering, are two physicians walking down the street? Is that a paradox? With that, I'll say good evening to everybody, and I'll be around after the net if everybody wants to chat.
Okay, thanks, Bill. And I think Mac did say Scotch. VA3CP, VE3LBI, Dave, come on in. We're doing a 7-3. Okay, Larry, nothing more to say. I think we've had enough discussion on stuff, so I'll be listening afterwards when I head upstairs. VA3CP, back to you. Thanks, Dave. Vanya, VA3XLJ, VE3LBI. Doing a 7-3 round, Vanya.
7-3 guys, I'm gonna stick here around for like 15-20 minutes and see what comes up next. And so I'm gonna go upstairs and get my own hot chocolate if there's any left in the fridge, but we'll see.
Okay, thanks, Vanya. VA3NFL, VE3LBI. We're just doing a 7-3.
Yeah, roger that. Sounds like Wade needs what do they call that back in the day? Pocket fisherman. Fit right in that knapsack or backpack. Same thing. Who knows? But yeah, 7-3 is everybody. Everybody enjoy the evening.
You make me laugh, Al. You remember that thing, that pocket fisherman?
Oh yeah. That's way back.
Sure is. All right, thanks, Al. All the best. Let me see. We got Lou here in Oakville. Let's see if he's with us. I don't know. He was there. I lost him. Victor Alpha 3, Papa Golf Sierra. Are you with us there, Al or Lou? All right, nothing heard. All right, Steve, VA3NFG, VE3LBI. We're just doing a 7-3 round.
Yeah, very good there, Larry. Larry? Yep, I had a pocket fisherman. I brought in a 30-pound salmon with one of those, and I was cranking it with my jaw. And I brought that thing in way back a long time ago. I used to go there after the hotel back in the day there and fish till the wee hours of the morning. Other than that, that's it, Larry. Everybody have a good night and stay 7-3 for now. I'll be sticking around for a little bit there. VA3 Energy.
Right. Yep, yeah, go ahead, Al.
Hey, Matt, could you check your email, please? I sent you a text there, or text, whatever, email. I'm looking for some advice. VA3 NFL, back to net.
Shall do, Al. Thanks.
Okay, last but not least, we'll put a call in after, but we got Vern, VA3CRV. Come on in, Vern.
Hey Larry, thanks for circling back. Yeah, just as you would expect out for a walk, 9 degrees. Fortunately, not raining. I'm pretty much fed up with the rain. I'm really hoping it doesn't rain tomorrow. I'm supposed to do a walk with a bunch of folks from Shoppers. It's like a fundraiser for a health charity. Did it last year and it poured, just poured the whole day. Everybody had fun, but it was not a nice environment. So hopefully, fingers crossed, no rain tomorrow. Have not been around much. We have a family member who's in the hospital in Mississauga, and I cannot tell you how many times we've been back and forth from here to there. So anyway, hope everyone has a good evening. Thanks for doing the net, Larry. Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Romeo Fox.
Yeah, sorry about that, Vern. I wrote it down and I'm looking at your name, but I had it written down right. Victor Alfred 3 CRF, and I said B, but it's F. Sorry about that. Okay, folks. Again, thanks everybody for joining in tonight. I'm going to drop for a second. Excuse me. Good discussion tonight. Many different topics. Yet we always, whether we get them resolved or just talk about them, we can resolve them after. So, okay, once again, thanks for joining in. Everybody, I appreciate it. You guys make the net with your conversation, and I just write down the call signs and the names. And with that, I'd like to thank Terry VE3IQL for the use of that repeater. And I'm going to turn the repeater back over to normal use. VE3LBI clear.
There we go. That brings the net to a close. 7-3. So that's how we say goodbye.